Yo, what's going on, y'all? I want to thank you if you're tuning in. I'm your host, Paco, and you're listening to Occupy the Media. Okay, so we've been talking about the crying GOP, whining that Ron Paul supporters is taking it over. Like I said, if you don't do your job, you lose your job. Isn't that what Republicans believe? Always talking about people out there don't want to work, being lazy. No difference when you got a job and you're acting like you don't, and you're not getting nothing done. And you guys say the same thing election after election after election, the same talking points. By the way, breaking news, Obama supports same-sex marriage. Oh, no kidding. And it's right around election time. They said that he's now evolved. The way he feels about it has evolved over time. Such a joke. Who takes this seriously? The people that listen to Obama, man, I don't understand it. I don't get it. You know he's just saying this because it's campaign time. Also, if you ain't heard, out today, Newt Gingrich basically tells Mitt Romney, don't ignore Ron Paul supporters. This is out on Politico.com. Let's see. From the file of reasons Newt Gingrich was never going to be a great campaign surrogate for Mitt Romney. In a column for Human Events today, Gingrich reflects on what the recent elections in Europe mean for the United States, and essentially concludes that Romney needs to court Ron Paul voters. Quote, and this is Gingrich, the European results also put the popularity of Ron Paul in a wider context. The support for his ideas in his anti-establishment campaign is not a uniquely American phenomenon. He is, in fact, challenging the establishment in exactly the same manner as the various protest parties of the right and left in Europe. These election results suggest the Tea Party movement and the support focused on Ron Paul is not a small development. It betrays historic discontent, and I doubt we have seen the last of it. If Governor Romney succeeds in giving voice to that discontent in a serious discussion with the American people, he has a strong chance in the fall. Indeed, the European elections suggest President Obama faces a much steeper mountain to climb as the choices clarify over the next few months. Okay, first of all, if Governor Romney succeeds in giving voice to that discontent in a serious discussion with the American people, he has a strong chance in the fall. They're always talking about if they say this or say that, have a serious discussion, cater to these folks. We don't care what you got to say. I don't care if Romney came out tomorrow and said everything Ron Paul's been saying for years and really meant it. And, I mean, by golly, shed a tear with the Constitution in his hand, with whatever. Constitution in his hand and all that. I don't care. It's too late. You want to earn my respect? Go up on a stage, expose yourself, say you're sorry, call for your own arrest if it's that bad, if you got that much you need to expose, and say that you're going to do what's right. And because you were wrong, and you are wrong, you're going to step aside and let someone who really wants to change America change it, and you're not going to be in the way. Then you might get some respect, maybe even some forgiveness. I'm not saying you ain't going to pay for whatever gets exposed, but that's what you should do. That's what somebody who really cares would do. But someone who has the past that you have and continuously run in and try to stop Ron Paul from getting there, it just means one thing, that you're out just to keep the establishment going, keep the 1% in power, and so we're not down with that. Also, it says here, it's funny how Newt Gingrich says these election results suggest the Tea Party movement and the support focus on Ron Paul is not a small development. It betrays historic discontent, and I doubt we have seen the last of it. Well, what happened, Newt? I thought you said there would be a morning when people wake up and don't take Ron Paul seriously anymore. Should I find that clip on YouTube? I mean, you guys say whatever it is you're going to say to save face, and because of the time and the moment. It's all a show. It's all a soap opera. And I hate soap operas. So I'm sick of it. It's like watching a wrestling match. You know this stuff is fake. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. At least they're taking hits. They really taking those hits. But it's a show. It's a script. It's ridiculous, man. So Newt Gingrich ain't really getting no love for that. You can't appeal to us. You can't. There's nothing you could do. You got it. Get out the way. That's how you appeal to us. What else is going on? Washington Post got a headline. Ron Paul campaign. Will his delegates influence Republican? What is it? Let me see. We're getting more attention, y'all. We definitely are. At the moment, anyways. The media blackout will be back. In some way, shape, or form. Will his delegates influence Republican National Convention? What exactly is Ron Paul up to? The Texas congressman has, by all reasonable reckoning, lost his bid to be the Republican presidential nominee. Lost it big. In the GOP's 35 primary and caucus votes, Paul has won as many as Barack Obama. 0. See, you keep taking shots. You see, you keep taking shots and you keep taking hits, and all you doing is making more people jump on the bandwagon. And once they jump on the bandwagon, they may not know why or what's really going on, but they start talking amongst like-minded people like Ron Paul, and what happens? We educate them, and as we educate them, they start to have that light come off, and they learn and they realize, like, whoa, this is the winning team. This is all the questions that I had. This is where the answers are, you know, and the answer is freedom. That's it. Small government, take it back to the local level. Let our own neighborhoods and our own cities and our own towns run our own lives. Let us decide what we want to do. But now Paul is using an unorthodox tactic to add more delegates to the national convention this summer. Tactic? What? Following the rules? What? Having the majority? What? Meeting up before? Campaigning? Doing tabling events? Doing what a Republican is supposed to do? In Nevada, Maine, Massachusetts, and elsewhere, his supporters have flooded the party's snoozy state conventions and then elected themselves to delegate slots. Why are they snoozy? Why are they snoozy in the first place? I said it yesterday. Without Ron Paul supporters, the GOP is dead. Dead on arrival. There's nothing. There's no... We're making it cool to be Republican again. Ron Paul. Making it cool to be Republican again. That should be the slogan. Let's see here. Let's see here. Even now, Paul still has a little shot at the nomination. You know what? I'm not even reading no more of this, because every time I glance at what I'm going to read next, they tick me off. So you guys can read that, the Washington Post. What is the headline again? Ron Paul campaign, will his delegates influence Republican National Convention? Let's see, was there anything else I missed before we go into the end of the hour? Don't forget, I'll be on next hour on ronpaulradio.com. Like I said, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time every day, Monday through Friday, and also 10 to noon Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. All right, this one doesn't want to come up for me now that I had saved. Let's see here. Yeah, next hour, I think I'm going to play that clip, TSA screeners at Salt Lake City Airport. I mean, the TSA cannot stay out of the news. Ron Paul adds delegates so he can change GOP agenda. That's right. Change America's agenda. Because y'all trying to change the Constitution or just basically ignore it. It's ridiculous. I'm going to see if somebody put that Ron Paul interview from CNN too. We'll go ahead and play that if I can find it. Let's see here. In an interview today, CNN, the Texas Congressman Republican candidate says his recent delegate victories in Maine and Nevada aren't about him getting a plum speaking role at the convention in Tampa, nor is it about being a skunk at Mitt Romney's party. Paul says, I'm in it for very precise reasons, to maximize our efforts to get as many delegates as we can. I'm still a candidate, and to promote something that is very, very important, that is a change in direction for the Republican Party, Paul told CNN. See, Paul is smart, man. He going to keep his cool, stay collective, you know, don't be too hardcore with it, like, yeah, I'm going to get it, yeah, I'm going to win, that's what I'm doing. He makes it hard for them to take shots at him. They make it really hard for them. And that's why, in a lot of ways, Ron Paul is just, a genius. And in a lot of ways, he's not. A lot of us are just dumbed down, unfortunately. But in some ways, he is. So, that's what's up. Shout out to Dallas Jared on the chat. He said, yeah, bumper sticker, Ron Paul making Republican cool again. So, yeah, don't forget to holler at me on the chat if you're up here listening. Also on Facebook, Paco Elijah. YouTube, Paco757, where I put all my clips up. And don't forget, I'll be back next hour. Also on Twitter, try to get as much Ron Paul news out as possible. Occupy the MSM. All right, so we'll be back in the next hour. Stay